this video going, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Me and Kenna have been working really hard on this video. Me and her are just two really good girly best friends from two different cities, and we have a lot of topics that we want to discuss and chat about and share with you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, we would love to hear that. But today we're going to be a little silly and a little scandalous. So viewers' discretion is advised. This video did sadly get cut halfway through. So if you liked the first half, we will be able to upload a part 2 as a audio version to the other half of this video. So if you would like that, we can do that. So if this video does look like it ends suddenly, that is because part 2 did not upload. So we can upload that later on if you are interested. And thank you for coming. And we are going to get in right now.
Hey, welcome.
Hi.
It's literally Valentine's Day. It's a great time to start doing this. So, I'm Hannah.
I'm Kenna.
Hi.
Hi. So, we tried to record this a few days ago, and we recorded like an hour long of footage, and it was too big to send to each other. So we're going to try this again. In the future, if you guys want a special episode of us posting our pilot episode, let us know, and we will definitely do that because it was really funny.
Yes, it was really long, and we had a lot of really cool content to talk about, so.
Yeah, and this episode is just us going to be talking about college parties because we had a lot.
Yes, we have quite a few stories from many different parties. And so, before we start that, I have a really cool story time that I wanted to tell Kenna because I've been dying to tell her, but I said I would wait until we started recording. So, I started working today, and I went in at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and every morning, usually there's like a FedEx guy that comes and drops something off, and he's super cool, and so he came in today, and I was like, hey dude, what's up, happy Valentine's Day, and he's like, where's your Valentine? And I was like, sir, you tell me where's my Valentine. And he's just like, where's your boyfriend at? And I was like, I don't know. And he's just like, when's your birthday? And I was like, March. He's like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 20, sir. Mr. FedEx driver. He's like, can I get your Instagram? And I was like, no. He's like, well, can I at least get it so I can like watch? He literally did this. He's like, can I watch at least? And I was like, no. No, sir. Old men do this too when I'm at work. When I ask for their phone number to put into the system, they're like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I don't think we're the right age. I'm like, that's okay. Stop.
How old was this dude?
He was probably like mid-20s maybe.
Was he hot at least?
He has great personality.
At least he's got one thing going for him.
He wasn't bad looking, but he just wasn't my type.
Understandable.
Anyways, that was my Valentine's Day story. Still single.
I've just been sitting at home crying and drinking wine.
Have you been?
Great.
Literally, she says this, but literally she has a guy that she's going on a date with tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's like a situationship. Like, we're not exactly dating yet. Like, we're going out, but it's not, like, official.
You're in the field, okay?
He's a contender.
That's good. He's got at least he has a shot. Like,
most men don't have a shot with me anymore.
that's honestly getting to the point where I'm at.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Okay. Oh, quite literally, like, your picture just, like, went like that, and then it came back. I don't know. Okay. So, anyways, which story do you have anything you want to add before we get into these spicy stories? Because I'm excited.
Absolutely not.
Alright, so we have a lot of interesting college stories. Mm-hmm. So we basically went out to at least one party, at least every week. on a Thursday, basically. I'm pretty sure Thursdays was because it was the best for, like, every person that was throwing the parties.
Yeah, there was one specific basement party that happened every Thursday.
Yeah, because the people who lived there, they had no classes the next day.
Yeah, no, occasionally it would get canceled, but that would be because of, like, snow or something.
Yeah, but, like, that didn't stop people from partying.
No, we still went when that basement was flooded.
Yes, literally, winter was so terrible because you, like, wanted to look hot, but you also were like, should I wear winter boots? Because it was basically a garage, and it was, when everything started melting, it was flooded, but, like, who cared? Everyone's having a good time.
We all had, like, one set pair of shoes that was for that party.
Yes, because you knew at least something of yours was going to get damaged or dirty. Or lost.
Yeah.
Because you had nowhere to put anything. You just had to have faith that, like, you put it down somewhere and no one else was going to pick it up.
Mm-hmm. There was many times where Hannah would set down her bag and look at me and be like, remember where I put this.
Oh, yeah. I was not going to remember.
No, and, like, every 30 minutes we would go and check up on it and see if it's still there.
Right. And so I literally lost my favorite, like, purple hoodie, the little zip-up hoodie. Oh, it was like one of the last parties too that I went to, and I lost it, and I know it's at
I thought it's fine.
We're gonna bleep out any names because we're gonna keep this very authentic and anonymous because it's in the past. It's in the past. We have nothing against any of the people that we're gonna talk about. It's just really fun college stories that we're gonna keep with us for the rest of our lives.
Oh my gosh. So are we gonna start with, what should we name him?
Animal.
Yeah, the animal story. We're just gonna name him Beast. His name is Beast.
Okay, so we have a story about the Beast.
He had an animal nickname, but...
Yes, he's on that realm of animal. So, I think we were at this party. It was our usual hangout spot every Thursday night. And the one thing that everyone knows is that you can't just go to the bathroom without anyone. You have to bring your girlfriends. It's just like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Who wants to come with me? And probably like 5 girls will raise their hand. It's like, let's all go together. Because that's just girl culture. And when you're at a party, you have to be safe. And you also need someone else to watch the door in case someone walks in.
Yeah, because that door didn't have a lock on it. Well, it did, but the lock was, like, broken. You could, like,
and a lot of people knew how to pick that lock. So, like, you would be going to the bathroom and you'd hear it jiggling and stuff, and you'd be like, don't you dare use that fake nail to turn the lock. And so we all realized that the bathroom downstairs was, like, being used, and there was a long line. And so someone told us that there was a bathroom upstairs, so we started...
The dude I was flirting with.
Oh, no. That's true, because he was at the top of the stairs when it happened. So, we all
headed... I was at the bottom of the stairs talking to him.
Yeah, so we all made our way through the house and then up the stairs. And all of a sudden, you just hear, like, this ringing noise. Like, ring, 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 ring. And all of a sudden, you hear the Beast is in his bedroom upstairs because he lived at the party house. He is revving a chainsaw upstairs in his bedroom.
And then we hear the other dude that I was flirting with, we're going to call him, like, Billy.
Billy.
We're going to call him Billy. So we heard Billy yelling at being like, get off, get out of your room, get out of your room. And then all of a sudden we hear a loud thump. And I have to bleep out his name because I just said his name.
Yeah.
But we heard a loud thump. And Beast literally broke down his door with the chainsaw.
No, literally the guy who was trying to open the door kicked his door in first with his boot.
Oh.
He eventually kicked it in with his boot. It had like a boot-sized hole in like the bottom, like the foot of the door. And then eventually when he got the door open, we have a video of this, so we actually remember it. he literally walks into his friend / roommate's room. He grabs the chainsaw from it, and you just see him leaving the room with the chainsaw. And you just hear someone saying, "Okay, that's it. Everyone out. Everyone out. Party's over. Get out." And literally, you just see he had, like, overalls on.
Yeah.
He had overalls on. And at some point, the shirt under his overalls was missing. He came out with no shirt on underneath. So he's just wearing jean material overalls.
And I peeked into Beast's door, like Beast's room, to see like what was happening, and you could see like a chainsaw like hole in his wall. So he was like, that's why he had the chainsaw on. He was like renovating his room.
Wait, no. Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously you had a better view than I did. Are you serious? No one told me that.
Yep.
He actually put it through his wall?
Yep.
I thought he was just revving it.
Nope.
Oh!
No, that's why I thought that he had cut his door down, because I remember now that Billy knocked his door in, and then why he was using the chainsaw was that he cut a hole in the wall. It was like a very small hole, but I remember Billy being like, "Beast, what the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm renovating my room. I wanted this wall gone."
Dude, he was so on it. He's like, I have a design. I have to... He was on a mission, this dude.
Yeah.
And then later that night, do you remember, he got on the pole.
I do remember that.
So, not only did the Beast have this great immense of, I am the star of this party tonight feeling going on, by the end of the party, where we partied, it had like this little like tabletop or whatever. And then on the top of it, it had a stripper pole or whatever for you to dance on if you wanted to. And let me tell you, it never failed. Every party. It's just like, who's next? Everyone wanted to be up on it. And trust me, we had our time.
So since you mentioned the pole, we're going to jump to our next story.
Yes, but basically at the end of the party, was on that pole, dancing like no tomorrow. He was looking for those $1 tips. He's just like, I just had my chainsaw taken away. Let's just do some stripper pole next.
I love Beast. So there were a few times where we had gotten onto the pole, you, me, and our mutual friend, and we were all just shaking our ass, dancing on the pole like nothing was wrong. I remember one night, it was the first and the last time I went to that party with heels on. I got onto the pole, and that night it was you, me, and our mutual friend, and like 3 other girls. So there was like 6 girls on like this small stage.
Oh, it was so tiny.
It was so tiny, and we could not all fit.
If you wanted to make sure that you didn't fall, you had to hold on to the rafters of the garage to make sure that you didn't fall off, because that's how high up it was.
Yep. And I was doing some spins on the pole. I was having the time of my life. And
Quite literally, we just cut off because something was going on with Kenna's computer. And it was so hilarious because we called each other back and neither one of us can hear each other. But for some reason, I knew every single word that Kenna was saying. And when I tried talking back to her, she replied immediately with the right response. And it was the most hilarious thing ever. Anyways.
so back to the stripper pole. Basically, what I was saying before we got cut off and my video stopped working, I was dancing on the pole with a bunch of girls, me, Hannah, our mutual friend, and then 3 other girls. And it was very tight. And I accidentally booty bumped our mutual friend, and I slipped, and my heel, like the little, like the heel and then like the toe part got stuck on the stage, and I like tried to stay up, but I couldn't, and I fell right on my butt.
Oh, jeez. I don't even remember this.
Yeah, because you were blackout drunk.
I know, but like, how else do you
So
party?
was I.
But that's fine.
Yeah, no. So I had like this bruise, like probably like this big on my butt cheek. And I couldn't sit down for a week. I was like sitting down like this for like a week.
Yeah, we can't trust Kenna with her own body. especially at a party.
Should I mention when I broke my ankle again at the party?
Yeah, let's start with do your ankle story.
Okay, so I broke my ankle twice in college. And not just twice in college, twice in 4 months.
Oh yeah.
So I broke my ankle the first time because I did dog training at our college. And I got attacked by this German Shepherd. He wasn't like vicious or anything, like he wasn't trying to bite me. He just was a really big and fat German Shepherd. And I am, like, at that time, I was very underweight. I was like 105.
Yeah.
I was very tiny and I could barely hold myself up. And the dog got annoyed with me because he was in play mode and I was in training mode. And he jumped on my shoulders and I lost balance and fell and my ankle like twisted and I landed on my ankle. And my professor immediately knew I broke my ankle, but me being stubborn and having a party the next day, I was like, no, I didn't break my ankle, I'm fine. So I went to that basement party that is every Thursday, the next night.
Oh boy. Was it the one where the nosebleed?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll tell that story next. But
Yeah.
I went to the party the next night, and then that night at like midnight, my ankle was like the size of my head. So my old best friend, we're gonna name her Susie.
Susie.
My old best friend Susie.
Shout out to Susie.
I called her at like midnight after that party because I left early because I was in so much pain. Even the 6 fireballs that I drank could not stop my pain.
Yes.
So I
Alcohol
called her.
does not medicate everything.
No, I called her. She came over to my dorm, checked out my ankle, and my ankle was like the size of her head.
Yeah. It was big. You sent me photos.
Yeah, and it was like entirely black and blue. And she's like, okay, can you move it? And I'm like, yeah, I can move it. And I went to go move it, and it wasn't moving. And I'm like, no, I can't move it. I can walk on it, but I can't like bend it very well.
Yeah.
And so, like, I could bend it, but it just hurt, too. So, she stayed the night at my dorm because I could barely walk. And then at, like, 6 o'clock in the morning, we went to urgent care. And they're like, yeah, you just sprained it. It's fine. So they gave me crutches and a very, very tiny brace that probably did nothing.
Uh-huh.
And then at the basement party, a couple months later, it was the weekend of my birthday.
Uh-huh.
So I was partying so hard. So hard. And I have a video of the moment I broke my ankle.
Oh, yeah.
I was recording me, our friend, and then a couple other people, and I hand the phone to one of our other friends. And you just hear me bloody murder scream. And I had slipped, so like the basement was flooded. And there was, like, a coat of ice underneath it, and I didn't know there was, like, a coat of ice. Because I had pretty good shoes that had pretty good traction. But I was dancing when I handed the phone to her, and I fell, and my ankle cracked, and you just hear me scream so loud. And our mutual friend wanted to take me home. Hannah had already left, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you were here or not.
I think I was there.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
I was pretty obliterated, I don't remember. But our mutual friend wanted to take me home because I was limping, and I'm like, no, it's my birthday, I'm gonna stay. So I stayed for like another 3 hours.
Oh
dancing
my gosh.
and jumping around on my broken ankle.
Jump around.
And then the next day, I didn't go to classes because I could not walk very well.
Mm-hmm.
Called my old best friend Susie again and was like, hey, I think I broke my ankle again. And she just looked at me and she's like, we need to wrap you in bubble wrap. Like, what are you doing?
Were you not the one who had like the one-legged scooter?
That was another girl. I used it a couple times, though, to get to class.
I was gonna say, I remember helping someone down the big hill with the scooter.
Yeah, no, so I had another friend who got hit by a car, and she broke her ankle, and I was like a week before I broke mine again.
It is very common where we went to college that people would get hit by a car.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's because the parking lot was right across the road, and there's only one road.
Yeah, I broke my ankle again. And the first time, when they said it was sprained, I got in another x-ray. And they're like, oh yeah, it looks like you broke it in the same spot. And I'm like, same spot? And they're like, yeah, when you obviously broke it like a few months ago. Like, I can see the crack. And I'm like, I broke it? They're like, yeah, it was broken. Like, did you do anything for it? I'm like, I had a brace and used crutches for like 2 weeks. And they're like, 2 weeks? You're supposed to use them for 4.
You didn't know it was broken the first time?
They told me it was sprained. And the doctor said that there was a very obvious crack, so it was definitely broken. And so basically they gave me a boot. So I could still like walk when it was good enough for me to walk, and I had crutches for 6 weeks instead of 4 because my ankle was too weak after the 4 weeks, and I went to physical therapy, and they're like, no, your ankle's too messed up. You need to use your crutches for like another 2 weeks. And I remember our Walmart trips where I would use the scooters because I couldn't walk around, and I kept running.
Motorized carts?
Yeah, I kept running into everything because I did not know how to drive it.
I remember you Snapchatted me videos.
Yeah, I used to go to Walmart all the time with my friends because, like, there was barely anything to do in our town other than party or go to Walmart.
It was a very big college town, though. You always knew how to make a fun time out of a boring town.
Yeah, but, so we would always go to Walmart, and I would just be going around in that scooter, running everyone over and everything over.
Beep, beep. Yes.
And my ankle to this day is still not okay. Like, it still hurts occasionally. I'm always going to have arthritis in it unless I get surgery in the future. And it's still very weak. Like, when I walk around too much, it still hurts a little bit.
We love making the wrong decisions. It's okay. Would it have been like that either way? Or if, like, was it because you broke it twice?
It was because I broke it twice, and the first time it didn't heal correctly.
And you swear the doctor said it was just,
Yeah.
you just fractured it?
Yeah, well, he said it was, a major sprain. And he told me to come back after 2 weeks to check up on it. And after the 2 weeks, he's like, can you walk? And I'm like, yeah, but it hurts a little bit. And he's like, okay, just wear your brace for another 2 weeks and you're fine.
Was this at the hospital or was it at the clinic?
The hospital.
Wow.
It was at the emergency room in the hospital.
They must be tired.
The second time was urgent care because I needed to get in like as soon as possible.
Yeah. That hospital must be tired of seeing college students come in.
I was just like, I was so annoyed when I found out I actually broke it the first time.
Yeah. Bitch, cut my testicles off and don't apologize.